In a stunning turn of events, Milwaukee Brewers superstar Ryan Braun won his appeal of a 50-game suspension for using performance-enhancing drugs. Braun is the first player in baseball history to ever have his appeal overturned in his favor. Where do you think his reputation stands now in light of this news?
Josh, if anything, I think his reputation is even better because any other player, I don't think, would have handled the situation the way Ryan did. If you saw his press conference in Scottsdale, he was such a professional, took on every single question. And think about how hard of a situation that is to have almost your whole team turn on you thinking that you're using performance-enhancing drugs, something that can affect the whole team. And he really took it like a professional, knew what he did, knew that he didn't try drugs, and that he wanted to prove it. He showed his times haven't changed, his weight haven't changed. Nothing in his game has changed. So I think what he did, he took the bull by the horns. He said, you know what, I didn't do this and I'm going to prove it. And I think that shows a lot of credibility from an MLB player.
I think that his reputation is going to get better, but I disagree in the fact that it's better than it was, because for the past 3 months, people have gone on the accusations. People have assumed, yeah, he did it, because in baseball, you're guilty until proven innocent. It's the opposite of the American judicial system. And I think that his press conference was extremely believable. It was really genuine, but I think it's going to take some time before people really get back to believing him.
Well, absolutely. On Saturday, the NCAA released documents that accuses the University of Oregon's football program of illegal recruiting over the past 4 seasons. Allegations include that the Ducks scouting service did not conform to NCAA rules, and the team exceeded the coaches allowed to recruit. What do you think will happen to the Oregon program if these accusations prove to be true?
I think the key words in that is prove to be true. Here we go again, another NCAA violation, another scandal. I think you never know if they're true. The system never really works. So, look at Cam Newton. What's going to happen with Oregon?
Well, the documents that were released, there are actually no potential penalties for this. We have to take the wait-and-see approach, because what happened is just, like you said, accusations. We'll see. But if they do end up being true, they could lose a few scholarships. But, Oregon's a big-time program. And, I hate to talk bad about the NCAA, but over the years, they've given breaks to big-time programs. So look at Ohio State. They could have got hammered with accusations a few months ago, but they got a little slap on the wrist. If anything, they'll probably lose a few scholarships, maybe a year's bowl ban like USC did, but probably not anything too bad.
Overall, I think recruits are still going to go to Nike University regardless. I don't think they're going to lose any interest in it.
It's not going to hurt the program.
We'll just see what happens, just like the Auburn scandal. Texas Christian University was recently rocked by a government drug raid in which 4 football players were arrested. The next day, a report was released that 5 players had tested positive for marijuana use. Could this isolated incident have any effect on the team's big move to the Big 12?
Absolutely not. Just because a few players got in trouble, and this is a serious issue, don't get me wrong, but just because a few players got arrested, that's not going to have anything to do with them moving to the Big 12. The Big 12 is not going to say, hey, TCU, don't come. We had a few players that smoked weed. Come on.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. If you go through every single football program, there are plenty of players who have misused drugs. They're going to get a slap on the wrist, but I don't really think it's going to affect them moving into a bigger conference.
Not at all.
And I also think that the school and Gary Patterson, their coach, needs some credit because they handled this so extremely well. They kept this maybe a big scandal into a sort of isolated incident. He did a great job of doing that. I don't think it's going to affect him going into Big 12.
Gary Patterson's a great coach, and he'll deal with the players accordingly. And they probably won't be back, but that's not going to. It won't have anything to do with them moving to the Big 12.
I couldn't agree more.
It'll put a hamper on their defense. I know that much. Yeah. When we come back, we'll continue our preview of the upcoming Major League Baseball season. Don't touch that dial. More on the way.